Hey witches, I'm Eadig and welcome back to my channel. I figured I would make a video for you guys about myself. I made a video, like a Q&A for Witchcraft, but I figured I'd give you guys a little more insight about me and my life and like how I live on day to day, because you guys don't really see very much of that, and I would hope you guys would want to know more about me and who I am rather than just a lot of the information that I give you about different witchy subjects and stuff. So yeah, I asked you guys to ask me anything and you asked away, so I'm going to answer them all for you. So yeah, let's get into it. This is actually a really nice question because like I guess I don't get this question a lot from people on YouTube. This has been a crazy time for me. A lot of like weird emotions and a lot of people from my past stirring up all of this crazy stuff, along with the spiritual revolution and the everything that's going on with like human rights and everything like that. It's really intense. I am getting through every day as it comes because I really don't know what to expect at this point in 2020. So I'm kind of trying not to get myself like, you know, too down and out over like everything that's happening, because there is a lot. In my personal life, there's just a lot of things that are just really heavy as well. And yeah, I moved into this new place and I feel a lot better because I have my own space. I'm able to like decorate it the way I want to, which I'm gonna have a room tour video once I get all of my stuff in the mail, so that you guys can see how I've like made up my room and to be my own personal space that I love. So that's really nice. But yeah, just taking every day as it comes, because I keep asking the universe what's next and it keeps saying everything, bitch. So I'm gonna stop doing that and just enjoy myself and enjoy my life for what I can. So I am doing as well as is expected. And it's one of the reasons why I haven't made a video recently, because I wanted to be in the right headspace to be in front of the camera. Like a lot of times it's kind of hard to be in front of the camera, which is why I've started writing more. I am writing on a website called Medium about my soulmate journeys. Crazy things have been happening with my karmic soulmate, which you can read and I will put in the description box below. But it is intense. Just a lot of energy that it's like so hard to deal with, especially with all the retrogrades, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But I am doing it and I'm trying to get more content out for you guys in whatever way I can. So yeah, follow me on Medium to read all of my crazy soulmate stories once I figure out how to get through them myself. Next question. Summer. Well, it's nice and hot outside. I'm running more, which is really nice. I am able to enjoy the sun. I'm not stuck in like the cold anymore, which is really nice. But in terms of the summer that I expected, it's just like, man, I wanted to go to the beach, I wanted to go on trips, I wanted to enjoy my friends, and really I've just been sitting at home working, which is good for me, obviously, but it's one of those things where it's like I wanted to enjoy the summer for summer. I wanted to go to the events and hang out with people, and I know that obviously like there's a pandemic happening, so I can't do that. I have to find other ways to connect with people. But having that human interaction, having that human touch and that ability to like speak to people in person, I'd rather not be on the phone or texting or anything. I'm all about organic conversation, so I haven't really been able to do that, which is kind of like been upsetting, but you know, what can you do in these times of quarantine? You have to find other ways to communicate with other people. So it's been a struggle, but yeah, I'm trying to enjoy my summer as much as I can, because like, geez, man, shit's crazy. Actually, I've had this question a lot and I guess I've never answered it. AD is an Old English word that means happy. I have loved this word so much ever since I started learning Old English. I'm super rusty in my Old English, so don't ask me to speak anything other than Ich am Witcha, which means I am a witch, or Ich am AD, which means I am AD, I am happy. yeah, it's a word that I've loved so long, ever since I've learned Old English. And yeah, I think it's such a beautiful word, and I actually started using it on like dating profiles a while ago, and then I was like, well, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, so what name can I put on there? And I was like, I've been going through all these names, and I'm like, oh, that's so stupid, like why would I do that? And then I thought, Eadig, it's such a beautiful word, and it means happy. Like, why not do that? I am happy and able to create my channel and do this for a living and do this for myself. So I am excited and happy to do this. So Eadig means happy, if you guys are wondering, and yeah, it's one of my favorite words. My biggest inspiration in life is actually other people succeeding and doing the things that they love to do. And in witchcraft, it's when things start going right, or when things start manifesting the way that I'd hoped they would, or when I learn new things about something that I'm passionate about. That's my biggest inspiration, like learning as much as I can about what I love to do and being able to do what I love in any way possible, and seeing those people doing the things that they love and succeeding. The biggest inspiration for anyone, I feel like, should be someone who's getting it and making the life that they want to make, doing the things that they love. And that's everything that I want to do in my life, and I'd hope that's everything that you guys would want to do in your lives as well. So I talked about this in my last video, where I talked about my feelings about everything that was happening and the equality that's needed in our society, and the fact that I am a woman, a witch, a pansexual, and all of these things. So yes, I am pansexual, which basically means that I don't really see gender or any labels when it comes to people that I'm interested in. I only see the person, and if I'm interested in that person, if I vibe with that person, if that person treats me well, then that is the person that I want to be with, or that I'm attracted to. So I'm attracted to human beings rather than the gender. I used to call myself bisexual because I didn't know the word pansexual, but I always felt like I was a little different from the textbook definition of a bisexual, which is liking both men and women. I never really saw it as like a gender thing. I always just saw it as I like people. I like human beings. So that's when I found the term pansexual, like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, I was like, oh, okay, that's me. And I never really, honestly, I never really liked labels. Like a lot of the times when people try to label me as something, I'm just like, why don't you just see me as me rather than seeing me as this label? And that's always been something in my entire life, ever since I was a kid. And I think that's a part of my sexuality as well, like not seeing any labels. Even now, like I call myself a witch and I put myself in that box, but I'm so much more than that, and I want to be seen as a person rather than a woman or, you know, a witch or anything that would label me. I just want to be seen as a person, and that is just how I've always been ever since I was a kid. Actually, yeah, this is a question that I don't get very often. I kind of listen to like a lot of everything. There are days when I listen to industrial, like death metal, I don't know, random rock and like early 2000s like screamo, and then other days I'll listen to rap, hip hop. I freaking love 90s hip hop and like, you know, early 2000s and like late 90s, like all of the music, even like pop music, like NSYNC. I am like obsessed with like NSYNC songs still, even since I was like in elementary school. Like when I first heard Tearing Up My Heart, I freaking love it. But then I'll also listen to like 1960s music and jazz, like Billie Holiday and I don't know, like Ella Fitzgerald and like all of these different artists. I love all kinds of music. Right now, one of my favorite Pandora stations to listen to, like just super chill, John Mayer when I'm like writing and stuff like that. Also this band called Maiden Heights, which is great. The Hanks, which like nobody knows about, but I met them once in Warped Tour and I freaking loved them. Those are what I'm listening to right now, just to get some chill vibes going on. But I also listen to Kalani Radio and also Who else? Oh, Party Next Door. Party Next Door is freaking awesome. But yeah, I'm just all around. It just really depends on my mood. When I really, really need to like pump myself up, I'll listen to like Odessa. This is very like fun, like California vibes. And yeah, and then I'll listen to like Kidney Thieves for my like witchy industrial feels. Like I need to like, you know, do something. Or I'll listen to Devil Wears Prada, which is death metal, when I'm like really upset and pissed off and I just like really need to listen to something screaming in my ear. Ugh, Plagues is like the best album freaking ever. So yeah, I listen to all kinds of music depending on what I'm feeling at the time. Well, I was a prop master at a video advertising production company. I've worked in film industry for years. I was a freelancer before, and then I worked full-time last year up until recently this year, which is why I was so busy and didn't really make very many videos last year, because like I was working so much and just really stressed out, hauling equipment around all the time and all that stuff. So yeah, and then pandemic happened, crazy things started happening, and I no longer had a job. So, you know, the industry is basically just like, so now I am a full-time content creator, and I've been working through ways of getting myself to focus on specific things. I'm actually creating a video about like a day in the life of me, because most of my days are filled with so many things that it's hard to focus on just one. I have to study a lot, which takes hours in a day. I'm writing now too, so like I really want to get myself out there in that sense. I'm updating a draft of my pilot and working on my story Bible for that, so I can maybe get it out there and start working on a TV show. I'm creating videos and trying to keep myself in the videos with my face and everything. And I've been making a lot of videos actually recently, but none of them have turned out very well, which is why, I mean, like, you guys don't see like all the stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that like, if you make a whole video for an entire day and like it turns out badly, like you're not gonna post that video. And that could be happening multiple times to creators. So it's one of the things where like, you guys gotta be patient, because sometimes we're like really like busting and hauling ass, and then like shit goes wrong and we don't have anything. So yeah, I am a full-time content creator now. I am working obviously like full-time on YouTube, but I also have my Medium profile, which I'm trying to get up so that I can also become a full-time writer. And I started a publication, so if you guys want to submit your own personal stories about soulmates, twin flames, witchcraft struggles, spells that didn't work for you, seriously submit to me, because I really want to hear your stories, and I want to get this up and running so that we can create a witchy community for all of us. So yeah, that's what I'm doing full time. I am your resident content creator. Seeing now as I am like a witchy content creator, I really just kind of share with you guys everything that I'm doing in my craft. Like this morning I started making a video where I show you guys what my life is like during quarantine, and I did a bind rune just to start off my day so that I could have a happy, productive, balanced day. And like I did that. I show you guys what spells I do and all of that stuff. So yeah, when I was previously in my old job, a lot of the times I would create a bind rune just to like help myself focus. Sometimes I would cast wards so that nobody would like mess with the stuff that I was dealing with, because I was a prop master. There's a lot of dealing with props and people like trying to go through things without like, going through me first. So I would like, just stop. Like, no, don't do that. Like putting wards around, using the thorn rune, just like using caution, just little things. Like sometimes I'll just try to boost communication using different communication spells or anything like that, just so I can be better at voicing what I need from people and helping me understand what people need from me. I actually should do that more often. I haven't done that recently, and maybe it'd be good for me to do another communication spell or something like that, just so I can voice out everything that I need to do for my videos as well. I have severe anxiety, so a lot of the times when I do my videos, I talk very fast. I have the jitters. I can't really focus as well as I would if I wasn't having an anxiety attack. So yeah, maybe I can work more towards like boosting my communication skills as well as settling my anxiety a little bit. So maybe I'll work on a spell of that for you guys in another video coming up soon. So I kind of answered this before, what my biggest inspiration is. I mean, my favorite thing about witchcraft is that I can connect to planetary energies and I can make the life that I want to have. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't happen in the way that I want it to, but it still generally happens. And I love that. I love that I am able to be at the forefront of my life. And witchcraft helped me boost and create the life that I want to live. So yeah, I love it. So I answered this in a video a while back about what it's like coming out as a witch, like coming out as a pagan. And no, my family was not pagan. Most of my family was Christian. My dad's Muslim. And I kind of found my path on my own. It took a while to figure out what I wanted to practice and study. But after learning about witchcraft in my family and my ancestry, I decided to dive into it. And yeah, I found my path on my own. I grew up as a Christian. I was in church all of my life. I was in church choir. I went to Bible study. I went to church camp. I went to after school church and what else? Summer school church because my grandmother worked on the committee. So my entire life was me being a Christian, but also me not being a Christian because I didn't really feel anything for it my entire life. It was mostly about being with my family and being close to my family. Even as a kid, like nothing resonated with me. I was confused as fuck of like all the doctrines. I was questioning everything and not getting any answers. People basically would just tell me like, don't question anything, just believe in it and it'll be fine. And that's not the type of person I am. I want to know everything about everything. I want to know why people do certain things. I want to know why people believe in certain things, why things are fact to a lot of people. Because when I read things, it didn't really make sense to me and it still doesn't. And the response of getting, just don't worry about the questions, just like do what we tell you, like that never worked for me. So what I like about witchcraft, I guess going to my latest question, is the fact that you don't have to follow certain rules. Yes, you have to, be aware of the energies that you're letting out into the world, be aware of the karmic repercussions that you can have, and be aware that you shouldn't try to control other people's lives or anything like that. Like be careful because, that shit will come back to you. But at the same time, it doesn't tell you you can't do things. It encourages you and tells you that you can do anything that you set your mind to, which is what our parents basically tell us in our childhoods. But for some reason, they always try to stamp that, oh, but you can't do these things. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I know I can't commit serious crimes or hurt people. But when it comes to living the life that I want to live in the way that I want to live it, freely, as a free person, I want to be able to do that. And the religion that my family, taught and believed in just didn't resonate with me. So I decided to go for paganism. And it's been something that I am really glad that I've done for myself because it empowers me to live my life in the way that I want to. So yeah, I came out of the broom closet in a really weird and unconventional way. I created my YouTube channel, didn't share it with any of my friends and family until I felt more comfortable in my own pagan skin, in my own skin as someone who practices paganism. Yeah, it took me years really to feel comfortable with sharing it. And then I was just like, you know what? screw it, I have all of this content, I'm doing all these things, I feel way more comfortable about it. So when I come across someone that I care about and they ask me what I'm up to, I'm gonna tell them this is what I do. And if they accept me, they do. If they don't, then that's fine. Like, I wanna be my truest self. I kind of found situations where I would get comfortable with this person first, get them to know me as a person and know me as who I am, as a beautiful, confident, independent person that I am, loving, and then tell them, hey, like, this is what I do and this is what I practice. And most of the time, they were really cool about it. They were like, oh, that's awesome, like, tell me more about it, or like, that's really cool. Or if I said paganism, they'd say, oh, cool, but not really know, and then I wouldn't really have to like say anything more about it. But my advice is to tread lightly, you know, make sure that you know the person that you're coming out to will be understanding. Help them understand what you're saying. Help them understand who you are. One of the things about my channel is like, I really want people to understand me as a person, and not just me as a witch, because I am, like I said, I'm so much more than that. And because, you know, I'm a good person. So if you're a good person, if you care about your friends and family, if you show that you love people, then people should understand that you practice something that's different from them, and that doesn't make you a terrible person. It just makes you different. Make sure that you understand, if you are coming out as a witch, that people might not be willing to listen to what you have to say after you say it. But yeah, I mean, be your most authentic self that you can. If that means telling people what you practice, then be true to yourself and be true to what you feel is right for you at the time. That's all I have to say. It's obviously like it's a tricky subject, but if you feel comfortable enough with someone to come out to them in that way, then I say go for it. I am so flattered by questions like this. I am going through a weird transition right now of like not dating, but also like kind of still being not involved really, but like emotionally involved in something. If you guys didn't watch my Karmic Soulmate video, I fell in love with my Karmic Soulmate. There's a lot that's going on in that sense. I have a whole blog about it. And yeah, there's just so much going on right now, especially in the world. I don't think I'm ready for anything like that. I'm not looking for like a quarantine bae or anything like that. I just need to focus on what's happening in the now and myself, and hopefully repairing the relationships that I have now. So anything new, I just really don't have the energy for, because there's just so much other stuff that I have to deal with. So rain check. Maybe after quarantine, a year from now, when we all get our shots and know that nobody else has coronavirus, like, I don't know. I'm flattered. Thank you for the question though. Thank you for asking. But yeah, those are all the questions that I have from you guys. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll make another video for you guys to answer more of your questions. Yeah, I just wanted you guys to know me as a person and, you know, get to know me a little bit more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.